Hola. That's, trying one joke a day. It's the best I can do. I'm not funny. All right. So, in summary, we found out that Rose and Nicole and specific CIA, I think it was Gina Haspel and another person, another male, a male. We found out that they have autism. Cool. No big deal. So autistic kids, they play alone because they haven't developed the communication ability to communicate with words. It's like shut off, right? So to communicate, it wouldn't go to that part of the brain. It would literally go to like anger or frustration because for some reason it's shut off. Because, like, for example, if someone hurt me, it would go to my communication and say, "Hey, you hurt me." That simple. It goes straight to my communication, and I'll just say, "Hey, you hurt me." All right. So for it not to do that, it means it's shut off, and it goes to anger and frustration. That's all. And they're no different from us. They're excited, but remember that communication is shut off, so it goes to weird places. That's all. But they're just as excited as us. So I got some books at Barnes and Noble. So I told them I was gonna do it. Let me check my lips. Last time there was like a little spot on my lip, but I think we're good. So I got these two books, and a few more, three more. So New York Times bestseller, and I got in trouble for this. so, so I was explaining to the multiverse that this is the highest point. Did I explain about the layers? Oh, I didn't explain about the layers. Oh, okay. So in life, we develop our technology in layers, right? So I made this book, and it was a New York Times bestseller, and I developed another technology even better. That's what technology is. It's books, it's movies, whatever it is, essays, and I topped it. I got a better technology. And what you want to do is keep building. That's what you want to do, right? So this is the highest technology that I can build currently. And it'll probably take me trillions of years to even top this. Honestly, I don't know how I did it. Right? I know how I did this. I'm like, hey, play it cool. We just want a New York Times bestseller. We don't want to, agitate anyone. And this one was me being myself, and I got in a lot of trouble. So I don't know how I did this, honestly. So that's what I'll be researching on how I did this for trillions of years. I honestly don't know how. And so Katie, I apologize for getting out of frame. So Katie made these two, and they're basically on the same level. So that's the difference between Katie and I. This is her best work, and her book is on about the same level, right? So you want to top it and become better. But right now she's stuck, right? She's stuck on these two. So for these books, it's basically on the same level as a Venom, Dark, and these books are all on the same level. Okay. Like when I look at these books, it doesn't look any different. Right. It's basically the same level. But you know, even on that same level, here's a New York Times bestseller, and here's one I got in trouble for. So I'm like, all right, I'll try to play a safe one, and I'll go crazy. And then every time I go crazy, they're like, you can't, you need to teach that. Every time, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play it safe, all right, and then boom, and then they're like, no, you can't. That you need to teach. So you're in trouble for that one. So I got in trouble for this. I got a New York Times bestseller. I got in trouble for this. And Min, finally working, got a New York Times bestseller for this. It's basically on autism. So it's in the psychology aisle. It's pretty cool. So good job. And then Kim and the sisters were, and also Katie, worked together with Emma, because I was just walking around and I'm like, who else's book do I want to read? I'm like, oh, Emma. Like, I really want to read her work. So the sisters got together with Katie, and then Emma kind of authored like took all the ideas and wrote it herself. And she got in trouble. It didn't make it on the New York Times bestseller. So I was in there. I was like, man, I want to throw. I felt mad for her. I felt mad for Emma. I just wanted to just toss all. I had the books. In my hand, like I was kind of mad for myself, but not to the point where I wanted to throw it. But when they denied Emma, I was mad for her. I was like this in the bookstore. I was like, oh my gosh, man, that's so. Ugh, I hate when they do it. We know why they do it, but I hate when they do it. So, it's almost Halloween, and there's like ghost stories around. And I was just walking around, and I wanted a ghost story. And I walked in the children's aisle. Like, I wanted to write a children's ghost story. And then Rose was screaming in my head, no, you can't do that. You see the autism? It's very odd. And I'm like, huh. So she's afraid. And I'm like, she's afraid of everything. Right? And I'm like, oh, it has to be a ghost story. I have to write a ghost story. I have to find or at least write one myself. And I was looking through really scary ghost stories, like ghost stories to tell in the dark and Goosebumps. I was looking at it, and Rose was screaming. Rose was like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I'm like, I gotta write one myself, right? It has to be like my voice, not just my perspective, but my voice. So here, so they're saying Min is endearing. Robinson is a natural storyteller. Min. That's what they're saying about Min. He's a natural storyteller. So I want it to be my voice, but it's ghost stories. It's meant to scare you. So with Nicole and Rose, they just don't like anything that's scary, because they're afraid of everything. That's what autism is. They're just scared of everything. So they don't like it when people scare them. They don't like it. Pranks, anything. They don't like it. They don't like being scared. So I'm like, it has to be a ghost story. It has to scare them. So basically they need to read more ghost stories. Get used to the fear. So I wrote this, Riley's Ghost. Basically it's the same thing. It's autism. So this is him not realizing, I think it's Asperger's syndrome. It's a form of autism. So this is him not realizing he has autism. So this is basically the same thing where so Riley's always felt alone in middle school. So, she thought she was normal. She's not alone anymore. Her autism is to the point where everyone is watching. Because it got out of control. Right? Putting a baby on earth. Like, her cleaning is just out of control at this point. She's cleaning everything to the point where her hands are bloody. With a baby. Literally. The blood of a baby. You know what I mean? Like, she's cleaning that much. Like, so that's why we're doing online school. So, she always, thought she was normal, but now she realizes she has autism. So these are basically the same, and you see that our voice is very different. Same perspective, we're talking about autism, but look how different the voice is. That's a big difference. Like, Min, this is a memoir. That's how Min speaks. And look how different mine is compared to his. Crazy. So yeah, that's basically it. This was the last book I found in the children's area. Here are some of the reviews on it. So yeah, the first page is pretty cool. I read it. So to every kid who feels like they'll never get out. It's about autism. So to learn what we fear is to learn who we are. So when they deny their autism, it's denying who you are. And everyone in their sorority. So I'm planning on getting rid of the title of mom from Nicole and Rose, from their children. It's like getting demoted to just, bringing, random kids into the world. The reason why I'm doing that is one, to scare them, because they need to be scared. And two, you can't behave that way. Right? It's okay to be frustrated and be vocal about it, but to attack the multiverse, to attack Min, that's what they did. They attacked Min. And then they attacked the multiverse in the same way. To do that, and it's okay, like I understand you have autism, but I have to send a message out there that that's not okay behavior. You can't behave that way because these children look up to you as a mother, and I don't want them copying that behavior. So demoting them down to a stranger is more accurate. Like, what is that stranger doing? Something weird. So I'm demoting them down to, someone who brought them into the world. That's good enough. And they have their own sorority, and I'm just, I'm laughing at them. Like, you have to take care of autistic kids. That's what you get for being better than the rest of us. Oh, look at us. We're doing community service. We're taking care of autistic kids. Oh, we're better than everyone. Blah, 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 blah. Taylor is not jealous at all of your good deeds. Anyways, I'm gonna read. So I read the first page and it was pretty good. So Riley Flynn refused to make the cut. Right off the bat, we're talking about it, right? Men, everything with the CIA, refused to make the first cut. Just won't do it. Very autistic. Sure, it was already dead, but she wasn't about to mutilate it further, impaling its feet with sharp pins, stretching its spindly legs to the corners, exposing its leathery belly to the glinting blade. She knew others around her secretly relished the thought of splaying it, teasing out the organ, slicing its shriveled stomach to see if they could find any leftovers from its last meal. She could see it in their eyes. Sadists, barbarians, 7th graders. They would poke and prod, making faces as they severed its aorta and stabbed it repeatedly. Repeatedly in the heart. They would laugh and squeal and fake gag despite everything they'd been told about self-control and acting their age and respecting the scientific enterprise. So I read that and immediately I thought of Rose and Nicole. I'm like, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what I think of. So yeah, they're just, so it has nothing to do with like scary monsters or anything. It's just, you're in school, and also, I think, yeah. So, but not her. Riley had gotten out of it. There was a Northridge Middle School permission slip with my son, daughter does not want to participate checked off. And the Amanda Flynn scrawled on the line beneath looked close enough to her mother's real signature to pass. Right here. It looked close enough to her mother's real signature to pass. So basically, she forged the Atlantis signature to make it look like, it was a school project. But basically, they just wanted to get out of it. They didn't want to take care of an Asian boy. That's all. So they signed their own permission slip, lied that said it was all about Atlantis, and tried to get out of it. So it's just a school project. Again, they try to get out of that one. Same with the CIA. They try to get out of that one. These are scared kids. They're scared. They just don't want to participate. They're very scared. They live alone. They do everything alone. They play alone. They're very autistic. So the online school basically is a uniform. That's what it is. So I'm looking out there and there's no uniform. Everyone's naked. I'm like, gross. So it's basically a uniform for the school system. So it's pretty cool. And the cool thing is, you have it in your room, it's on the side, your universe is right here, you just have it on the side. And it records everything. It records your whole life. That's cool. I think it's pretty cool. So you have your own memory. It records all your memories for your whole life. We don't have to worry about it. Right? It's recorded all the time. So I think it's a pretty cool idea. So it gives us uniforms, it's safer, and it records your entire life. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, don't worry about Nicole and Rose. They're excited, but their autism, remember, it doesn't go to communication. It goes to weird places. So if they're shouting, "No, I don't want to do this," like Tourette's, just know that it's from a place of excitement and love, but it's just not going to communication. It's going to other weird places in the brain. So you want to practice communication with them. Say, hey, when you're excited, you want to say, I'm excited. When you're in love, you want to say, I'm in love. Right? You don't want to put your hands on a baby. You don't want to put your hands on the multiverse. Right? I love the multiverse. I don't want to see you go away. All right? That's communication. So practice that with them. Say, okay, you love the multiverse. Vocalize it. I love the multiverse. I don't want to see them go away. I love men. However, I don't feel worthy to love him. I don't feel worthy of love from others. You know, so things like that, just to vocalize what happened into words that they could understand, right? Because all the actions doesn't have words connected to them, so they don't know what's happening. So go through every aspect. Go, okay, men, put words to it. What you did with the multiverse, put words to it. How you feel, put words to it. So men, I love men. However, I don't feel like I deserve his love. The multiverse, I love the multiverse, and I would love it if they can stay. How I feel about myself, I don't like myself. You see what that communication feels like? Very easy. No more of the shouting stuff. That's not how we communicate. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, again, so these are the books. This is the last book. Men's book, New York Times bestseller. Again, I got in trouble for this one. New York Times bestseller. And this one is Kim and the Sisters, but Emma's voice. Emma is voicing their ideas. And these are the reviews on it. Alright. Pretty cool. After I found this one, I was like, you could do it to me, man, but you do it to my sisters, man, you're gonna piss me off. You know what I mean? My superhero, I'm learning from men, my superhero senses, I'm like, man, you can do it to me, but you do it to my sisters. So men's teaching us about the hero in us, in that, you know, man, you know what I mean? So I'm learning that from him. I gotta work on my humor. I don't know who's humor out there, who has good humor, but I need to learn from you. Because I'm not funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're waiting for the multiverse. So that they're like, they want to make a first move. So they're like, men, you already made a first move. Taylor, Katie, Kim, you guys all made a first move. So we understand Nicole and Rose better. We're helping them out. So now they want to make a first move. So we're waiting on that. All right.